All right, so pretty much, um, he arrested me and whooped my ass in the alley. Police brutality.
What?
Yeah, we did.
And I am a woman.
Yeah, can't be doing that.
Exactly.
Upstairs.
I can't. Oh, I can't open it. Or that was that you?
Fucking in the corner.
You got any bruises?
Multiple bruises.
Okay, okay.
I had a black eye.
Ain't that ain't acceptable. That ain't acceptable.
I even think that I broke my arm too. I went to urgent care and I was in a sling for about a couple weeks.
Hmm. Okay. You said urgent care.
Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
been able to sleep good. I'm having PTSD.
Yeah. That, okay. Okay.
You know, I used to really, I used to,
Say that again.
I
Like
used to
how?
like, I used to like the cops. I thought they were here to protect and serve, you know, especially as a woman. But
Yeah.
now I don't trust any cop.
I wouldn't need it after that situation.
As a woman of color,
You said he brought you to an alley, right?
yeah,
Why would the officer need to bring you to an alley instead of staying on the public side instead of putting in the? Okay. Okay. Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
It was behind Foot Locker by
Behind
the
the foot.
car wash.
Behind the foot. Oh yeah. Okay. You talking about in the alley between F block and the car wash? Okay. 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 Was there another officer present? Or just him by
There
himself?
wasn't. It was just him.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't even do anything. I was just walking. I was trying to get my clothes changed.
That's not very.
A little
Um.
shopping, you know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. An officer by himself in the alley with a female. Yes, we trust our
Bad look,
officers,
right?
but it's not a good look. It's not a good look, especially with not no backup. No, sorry, because you're not even thinking about his. He's not even thinking about his life. If he's by himself and then he has to worry about you and then worry about protect, that's too much. That's why you have backup.
Right. I didn't give him any reason to fear for his life like that to beat me up.
Okay,
I'm not a threat.
okay.
I even think he had a little alcohol on his breath. I think he was drunk.
The whiskey is the bad thing to the end of your job. It can really mess it up everything. But we're gonna get this right. Best thing I can say right now, since the today's society, I'm gonna be honest with you, is really
Hmm.
leaning towards us. It really is. Him being an officer and a man at that in the alley, that's no. It's not even a good look. It's not. I'm sorry.
Very bad look, right?
I'm sorry that society look at it like this, but it's just facts.
Just a moment, Mr. Arson.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Hmm. You have anything else to tell me before we the trial and start? Like, honesty is the best policy. Like, did you run from
Um,
him? Did you show any type of reason? Is there any type of reason why he feel like he had to bring you to an alley? Let's just say.
no, see, I just was shopping, I was walking to my car and he stopped me because he said I looked suspicious. Mind you, I am just a woman, like, wasn't even committing no criminal acts. I was just walking to my car. He said that someone reported me for being suspicious and he wanted to talk to me. And I said, okay, we could talk right here. And he said, no, let's go to this alley right here. I said, why? That's not appropriate. And then he just cuffed me and dragged me.
Mm. Not only that, he made you feel like you're nothing less than at his property. I see. Why him just
Right.
cuff you and grabbing you? No, that freedom of
And
land.
I have been seeking therapy the last couple months due to this incident.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
My husband been saying I've been acting weird. Like, I don't even like my husband touching me because it just reminds me of that.
Now you feel uncomfortable. Now, do you feel like that towards everyone? Like you can't even be in the car with someone that makes it hard for you to like. Was it nervous for? Was it? Were you nervous while being in the car with me, man? Let's just be honest.
No, I felt safe with you because you seem very genuine, but it's just hard for me to trust others.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So when you say, I guess when you say when someone's showing more of aggressive side, so if someone having like an outburst, it will make you trigger. It will probably trigger some type of PTSD from this incident.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. I wonder what they come and say about the suspicious activity. Why would one officer come to a suspicious activity and not have a backup? That's just it just me personally that doesn't make sense.
Imagine how many other women he's done this to.
I really don't want to imagine that now, to be honest. That's just that would be horrific. Oh my, they're very terrible. Okay, just to get all this down, just to check it all off. Suspicious activity. That's that's the like when you was walking to the store. Did you show any type of harm?
Any type of what?
Like did you show like any type of threat towards the officer? Like while you were going to the store, like did he just catch you off guard? Like just ran up to you and I'm trying to really get to just like why would he just cuff someone for just walking towards the store?
Right. He said that there was suspicious activity reported and pretty much I was the only one there. Just wrong place, wrong time, I guess. But
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I didn't even
And then
I didn't even have a gun on me.
beating you up. That's what's like, no, no.
I even requested for a
You did.
female officer and he said ain't no female officer. I'm the only officer.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No. No threat. No weapon. Yeah. That's not looking good. The bruises to
I mean,
show.
of course I do have a weapon on me now.
Yeah.
I
You can
I
have one. You are. That is your right. Now you have to have a weapon on you. At first, you didn't have a weapon on you because you felt like you felt safe because you had PD to protect the serve, and now you have to have a weapon of
right.
your own.
Exactly. And I'm not gonna lie, I got a couple guns on me. and
Hey, that is not my business to say. Okay. That,
I just don't want him to turn it on me.
mm, mm,
But I do have a CCW. I barely even want to
appreciate
look
the
at him
follow,
today.
Reese.
It just really bad memories. I
So you
Do you
said,
mind if I step outside real quick? I think I'm gonna have a panic attack.
yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Okay. Just thinking about incident. Got her. As I get a fresh of air, feel like she can't grasp for air. Okay, okay, okay. It's not. This would look like a sweet, but if she had the clip of the incident, it'd be so much better. If they actually have a clip of the incident of her, that'd be the W, cause then it just locked it down. But they ain't gonna have that. This is just for little props, little props. I wonder if I can bring up body cam footage. Actually, I want to. I really want to, cause then it would really kill the case. Then you really, this
Sure.
officer is bringing someone into an alley with no body cam footage. Oh my God! Come on. Why not? Why not? That'd be a W. Ma'am.
Alright. Hello.
I have a
Did
quick
you
question.
okay? Did you get the document I sent you?
Uh, let me check it out. I'm checking it out now.
Yeah, go ahead and
Sorry,
check that.
Mr. Arson. I feel way better now.
Oh my goodness, what is happening?
Bunch of lies.
I seen a bunch of people down the street when I was standing out there. I'll be Judge Jadica for this because Judge JD sounds like a mouthful.
And there's no body cam footage of this incident, is there?
Oh, so I mean, it's there. You know what I mean? It's there, but it's not there. If that makes sense.
Okay, okay. So there will be body cam footage of him
You
being
will
there because
have
I
body
just
cam footage. So did your um Miss what is your last name for this?
Miss Molina.
Miss Melina, did you provide your client with body cam footage for this? Can you hear me? Essentially, it could be yes or no. It's up to you.
Yes.
Okay.
even
So
better.
so like I said, it's gonna be like if there is footage, we're not actually gonna have real footage,
Right.
Right.
but you can talk it through what I'm watching. So I'm gonna ask you like, what am I looking at here, and you talk me through what I'm looking at.
Right. Right. I was able to talk with the owners of Foot Locker, and they
Uh-huh.
provided me with the
The,
footage.
from the store.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to be doing both like mock trialing, but we're going to be talking through it a little bit at the same time. I'll wait for the other. Oh God, they talking forever. Okay, to go for them to get in here. So
A bunch of lies.
a bunch. So the documents you have, Mr. Arson, is just it goes over the type of objections and what they mean and how to use them, including how to do like an opening statement, pleading the fifth, just things you can discuss with your client. I do allow for 5-minute recesses if need be.
Okay.
So if you need to gather your thoughts, speak with your client, new evidence is brought to light, you can ask for a 5-minute recess to review that information and speak to your client about it.
Yes, ma'am.
And I will tell the
I'm trying
others.
to understand this.
The document's pretty much if you get to the part about how the judge works,
Mm.
and what they determine, and your job is really to like Judge Adams had said, argue them down and give the better argument to provide me that Miss Melina is actually out here, Miss Melina to win. So when we get up there, we will go ahead and begin. I'm going to go in here and check on the other two. If you guys need a minute to talk things out a little bit more now that you have your form to look at, any questions, this is the time. And of course, if you have questions after, we're going to discuss after, and then you guys are free to do whatever you want. So let me go check on them because they're in this room, I believe, over here. Okay, I believe.
I'm just going over this paperwork real quick. 1 second. If you have any questions, just ask me.
Um, no, I trust you. Oh my God. You hear those gunshots?
I do. Glad we're in a secure building for the sake of that situation. It sounds close, actually. All right, bet. So let's get this right. So now, since you said that there is body cam footage, this is not a
Hmm.
he or say. This is straight evidence, 4K evidence of an officer beating and just dragging a woman into an alley. So to me, it can't be hearsay because the evidence. So I feel like with that we really have they got their foot in their mouth. I just feel like I gotta say.
Hmm. I even had to cut my hair, sir, just because he pulled clumps of it out when he dragged me.
Oh my.
They're going to need about 5 more minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
5 more minutes.
Yeah, but
5 more minutes for some lies.
5 more minutes is what they said.
So
This desk is filthy.
hopefully, whatever they gotta say is like they can really help this 4K
Oh,
evidence of
I
this
am
woman.
so curious
That's all.
as to
That's all I
what they
gotta
have
say.
to say.
All right. I'm curious to see what they have to say as well.
I am so very curious. All I know is he's gonna be out of job. He losing his job today.
Oh no. There won't be any other.
Like,
Well,
does
they'll
he
talk
have a
about.
wife and kids? Like, how could he do this to me?
Oh goodness, I have not
If he
spoken
has
to
a
him.
wife, he must whoop her ass like that too.
Oh my goodness. Well, that will be saved for the courtroom, ma'am, and we're gonna go through it together. It's a closed court case, so there's gonna be no public eye. I don't believe there's anyone else I need to be in here to watch this. So Mr. Arson, are you recording this
Yes,
by
ma'am.
chance?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So there will be a small audience. All right, y'all may find your seats. All right, today we are gathered here for the City of Los Santos versus Miss Molina. And lawyer Dante, what are the charges being brought against her?
I think there might be some misunderstanding, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
We were told that the defendant over there was suing my client here for excessive force and police brutality.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, Mr. Arson, the charges against the
All
City of
right.
Los Santos?
So the charges are assault on a
Mm-hmm.
civ
Mm-hmm.
and police brutality,
Mm-hmm.
and let's add kidnapping at that point too, because to be
Mm-hmm.
honest, from the 4K footage that we have been placed in, it's looking pretty hard to see a video
Uh-huh.
that it's very hard to see that, to be honest.
Okay. It's very hard to see. Okay. So, would you say also excessive force as well?
Very excessive. The bruises
Okay.
are shown. If my client don't mind staying up to show her
Okay.
bruises, like she got a black eye, she got bruises on her arm,
Mm-hmm.
she got her knees are scraped, all PTSD. She,
Uh-huh.
she from a woman that was literally not carrying no weapon at all from going to a
Mm-hmm.
clothing store is now carrying multiple weapons. And
Okay.
I just that to me that's excessive, yes, but
Okay.
from that situation, you can't. How can you say anything from? To be honest,
Okay. And how much are you seeking in damages here? For obviously for medical treatments, emotional damage,
well, ma'am, she did have to go to urgent care, and
urgent
with
care.
all
Mm-hmm.
them bills, that's literally. She don't know how long she gonna have to wait
Mm-hmm.
to pay those bills off. It's kind of hard for her to work with other people, so she probably had to take time off. So with that, we have to at least look at least for 5 to 6 mil, ma'am.
5 to 6 mil. Okay.
Hmm.
Will there be any countersuit, lawyer Dante?
I'm sorry, can you say that again, Your Honor?
Will there be a countersuit? Will there be a counter lawsuit?
Let me speak to my client. Hey, do you want to
Oh,
come
so you need 5 minute 5 minute recess.
Yes, Your Honor, there will be a countersuit.
Okay, and what will you be countersuing for? What are the charges?
We're going to be countersuing for one is going to be filing a false police report. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
be counting for two brandishing a weapon in city limits.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have three for resisting arrest.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have four for verbal abuse.
Verbal abuse. And how much is your client looking to get in this countersuit?
Hey, how much you need? 20 mil. We're looking for 20 mil, Your Honor.
Objection, Your Honor.
Ah, this is not the time for objection, but what are you objecting to?
Um, first of all, let's talk about how the fact that they said she had a weapon. From the 4K footage, she had no weapon at all.
Okay. So let's get into the opening statements. Mr. Arson, do you want to go ahead and start with your opening statement?
All right, yes, ma'am. All right. So that's my opening statement. I'm gonna like to start off with saying the man is obviously here alone. Why? Because he had no partner with him. Why is an
Hmm.
officer bringing a lady to the back of the alley by himself? To me, that should not. No, I'm sorry. You can't do that. Especially today and age, what's going on and everything. You can't. You just can't. And then after that, like obviously, she changed. Like I was saying from the opening, the other statement, she changed from a woman from having no weapon at all, even at this scene, to having weapon on her now. That's a big. That's a big step. To have a firearm, that means you are willing to take someone's life. For someone who wasn't willing to do that at all, to doing that, that's a big change to me, ma'am, Your
Mm-hmm.
Honor. And I'm just gonna end with saying that.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Dante, do you want to provide your opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. Uh, before I get started, I am Prosecutor Dante with the local DA's office. It's my client, Commander Western of the Los Angeles Police Department.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that being said, Mr. Western here is an exemplary cop with no report, with no allegations,
Mm-hmm.
with no criminal record. For the past 10 years, 10 months,
Mm-hmm.
he's been serving his department and his city.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that this is coming out of nowhere after the
Mm-hmm.
rest of the defendant over here shows to me that something is
Mm-hmm.
not right here, Your Honor. The fact that my client here has had no problems within the past 10 years of patrolling by himself as a supervisor, not just a supervisor, one of the
Mm-hmm.
leading supervisors of his department, where he has took an oath and sworn in that he would do the best to protect the civilians and the city and property. So I asked that before we go, that we just consider that his record, that he has multiple awards and commendations, which show no sign of impropriety, insubordination, no signs of inappropriateness, unprofessionalism, etc. That's my opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Arson, do you want to do you have a witness or do you want to speak on some evidence? I believe you had some footage for us to see that.
Yes,
Okay.
from the footage from the car wash and the man clothing and the CCTV from across from the street, you have the officer bringing the lady from grabbing her from the front of the building all the way
Mm-hmm.
to, from the sidewalk to the back of the alley.
Mm-hmm.
From that already gives red flags for an officer. Like if you're with so
Mm-hmm.
all those things he says so greatly about his officer,
Mm-hmm.
what is that officer doing right there? Like what
Okay.
any like to me personally, I feel like for his safety and others, he would rather surround himself with people that can call in
Okay.
for help. That's what everything and with the cameras being there, that is his safety precaution. Because obviously,
So I'm sorry. So in the footage, I'm seeing him drag her into the alley behind the Foot correct?
yes, behind the locker in the alley behind the car wash, yes, ma'am.
Behind the garage. Okay. And what else is happening here? It's a little.
What's happening is he is brutally trying to, he's elbowing her,
Okay.
kneeing her, all this extra things for a woman who is not showing no type of threat towards this
Okay.
officer that is so trained, like he asked, like he said, if you're so
Mm-hmm.
good at your job for the past 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
why is it taking you so hard to just cuff, I'm sorry not to say this, but a woman, if as a 10-year veteran officer?
Okay. Do you want to call your? Did you want to call up to the stand?
Would you like to go up to the stand, ma'am?
Okay.
Okay. Gives you a chance to ask her questions and have the prosecution ask her or defense prosecution ask her questions. Let me go ahead and swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Go ahead and take your seat. Mr. Arson, your witness.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So I'm gonna do a stand right now. So I'm gonna ask one question. I want to actually ask three because I want to make this nice and sweet. Because at the end of the day, like again, an officer with no backup already shows another red flag. Before seeing this officer, how would you say your day was before you met this officer?
My day was great. I had just got paid and I decided to treat myself, do a little shopping, get some new shoes at Foot Locker. And that's when this scumbag approached me in the parking lot.
Okay, okay. And then coming as taking our drive today towards the courthouse, you said, how did you say the ride was from you for you from the courthouse to PD to the courthouse, ma'am? How would you say your ride was?
I thought it was good. It was the first time I felt safe around another man, honestly.
And when you were explaining the situation, just thinking about the situation, what exactly did you do before everyone came here?
I had to step outside and get some air. I was starting to have a panic attack. I'm since the incident, I've had a little PTSD, and I am going to therapy for that, sir.
So from a woman that was having a wonderful day, enjoying fresh air, going just to get some shoes to just thinking about
Tragedy.
it. Say that again, ma'am.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, no, no. Okay, appreciate it. From joining with all of us, just thinking about something that's so terrible can just make someone have multiple multiple weapons and can't even breathe to think about certain situations because of
Hmm.
one one person who you can't. And is it hard for you to stand across from this man right here, ma'am? Is it hard for you to look at
Yes,
that
I
man?
I've been holding back tears. This is really, really hard for me.
Ma'am, would you like
I
tissues?
ha- do you need any tissues, ma'am? Will you be okay?
Yeah, I feel safe with you guys here, so I'll try to hold it together.
That's all I have to ask, ma'am. That's all. Are you okay if I be
Mr.
seated?
Mr. Dante, your witness, if you
Uh,
choose to cross-examine.
yes, Your Honor. Before we get started, how you doing today, ma'am? Ma'am,
Um, Not that great, sir.
sorry to hear that.
Are you?
Ma'am, during the time of the incident where my client here approached you at the Foot Locker, what did he say to you?
He said that I was looking suspicious. There was shots fired in that area, but mind you, I had no gun.
Okay. Uh, may I ask you, where do you work at, miss?
I own McDonald's, sir.
You own McDonald's. That's interesting. So, when my client, Commander Western, came up to you and said you were suspicious, you're saying there was nothing that would justify him coming up to you? You were just minding your business and he just came up to you?
Yes.
So, what you're telling me is that you did not have a firearm out in public
No,
and you were
sir.
running away from him.
I was running away because I was scared.
I believe that's a compound question at that point.
When you were running away from my client, did he ever say, police, stop running?
No.
He didn't?
No.
Okay.
At that point, I was just trying to survive.
Survive. Did he pose a threat to you?
He had his gun out, sir.
His gun. Okay.
A shotgun at that.
A shotgun. That's interesting. Okay. I have another question for you, ma'am. During the time of the incident when he got up to you after running and he placed you in cuffs, what happened after that?
After that, he was like, finally got you. And then he took me inside the car wash and proceeded to beat me, pull my hair. My eyes were blacked out, bruises everywhere. I had clumps of hair falling out in the shower. I had to cut my hair. My hair used to be way longer than this.
Okay. Uh, did you go to the hospital? I believe your attorney said that you went to urgent care, correct?
Yes, sir.
If you don't mind me asking, who was the medical professional who performed on you?
Dr. Callie.
Dr. Kelly. Okay.
Callie.
Callie. Callie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to subpoena Miss Callie up here, she would confirm everything you said?
Yes, sir. But she is still on holiday with her family.
So she's on holiday with her family, but you just testified that she was working on you at urgent care.
Objection.
What is your objection?
She already answered the question.
Yes, please. Sustained. Please move on, Mr. Dante.
Yeah, sorry, Your Honor. So I guess my question here to you, ma'am, is who's lying? You or my client? Withdrawn, Your Honor. I have no more questions.
Okay. Mr. Arson, do you have any more questions for your client at this point? Do you want to re-examine?
Yes, I will actually.
Okay. Please limit this to 3 questions.
3 questions, I got you. And I actually,
Redirect. I'm sorry, it's redirect.
you know what? Actually, I'm gonna back
Okay.
off because.
All right.
All right.
You're free to return to you're free to return to your seat,
Yes,
Miss
ma'am.
Melina. Thank you.
Do you mind if I go this way?
Yeah, please.
I'm scared. Okay.
Yes, whichever way makes you feel comfortable. Did you want me to have an officer here to make you feel more comfortable?
I don't really trust any officers, so
Okay.
I feel safe with my lawyer. I feel safe with my lawyer.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Your Honor?
Yes. Yes. Go ahead, Mr. Dante. You had footage for me as well.
Uh, yes, we do.
Okay.
But I would like to call Commander Western up to the stand.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and swear him in, Mr. Commander Western, please. All right. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Go ahead and take your seat. Your witness, Mr. Dante.
Commander Western, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. You're a little confused today,
Yep. So, Mr. Western, can you tell me from your point of view the situation? What happened?
I seen the lady walk in, seen an object in her hand, wasn't sure what it was. As I approached, I said LSPD, hands up, seen the firearm, said put the gun away, she started running. Next thing you know, I catch her, saying detain her, put her in cuffs. And as every other professional cop, does their job right, I simply send her to jail.
Okay. At any point in time, were you angry, distressed, pissed, sad, any rage of emotion other than happy?
No, just hungry.
Okay. And Mr. Western,
Oh my, oh
Yes, sir.
my, oh my. Everybody. What's going on? You alright, ma'am? Ma'am. We need.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
Your Honor, recess?
Yes. Let's take a brief recess and get some water.
Okay,
Oh
all
my.
right.
All right. Hey, come over here with me. Your Honor, we're gonna be in chambers.
Oh my God. We need EMS here. What
I
should we do,
have
ma'am?
no idea.
You guys stay with me, ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, stay with me. Okay.
Oh my.
Come on, ma'am. It's okay. Ma'am. Ma'am, I believe she has a pulse. She has a pulse again. Ma'am. Oh my goodness, ma'am. Are you okay?
I'm so sorry. Did I ruin
Okay.
court?
No, you did not. I understand. You understand the distress. Would you like to go sit in the judge's chambers while he's on the stand? Would that make you feel better?
It's okay. It's okay. I have to hear what he says.
Yes, we have to face him. Would you like some water?
Yes, please.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Okay. I
All
think I'm
right.
okay now.
We
We're
got
gonna have a brief.
recess. I gotta
Yeah, we're
ask.
gonna.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we have a brief recess for 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some air real quick.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
I'm gonna go check.
Stay here, Western.
All right.
Oh, it's right in here.
Is everything okay, Your Honor?
Yes, yes. She just fainted from the stress of sleep.
Baby, come here. You good, Mel?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you guys for everything. Truly.
No, no problem. Just doing the information that we have in here.
You said what?
Let me go ahead and grab the others, and we can watch the footage that they have. Not get stuck on the chair.
Your Honor, I would like to take off from where we were with my client on the stand.
Oh yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
All right, I'm back at it.
Okay. Before the incident happened just now, my question to you, Commander Western, was, can you tell us the incident from your point of view?
Right. As I said, I seen her by the
Mhm.
Foot Locker, and I had to make sure what it was. So I stepped out the car, and as I approached her, I said, LSPD. You know what I'm saying? Put your hands up. She turned the corner. She started running. I see there was a firearm in her hand.
Okay.
So as I get there and I detain her, I disarm her. She had a pistol on her, so I removed that. And it was as professional as it gets, Removing things legal, you know what I'm saying, safely, and read her rights and everything. And she proceeds to go to jail.
Okay, Your Honor, if you can look at the screen, Defense Exhibit A,
Hmm.
that black object that my client has referred to in
Correct.
this situation, as you can see, it's in the shape of a firearm right here, which led the pursuit of my client leading towards the suspect. Okay.
Okay.
When my client saw that, he
Mhm.
feared for the life of public civilians.
Okay.
Okay. So his job as an exemplary officer
Mhm.
requires him to chase after that said subject.
Okay.
When he did so, he caught up to her, as as he said, caught her, disarmed her, and Mirandized her.
Okay.
All right, Mr.
Um,
Western.
can I just ask one more question? I just have a quick question. My understanding, Commander Western, is that when arresting a female officer and searching them, you are a female suspect. You are supposed to have a female officer. Was one not available during the time?
None more available at the time.
Okay.
So I
Thank you.
safely searched her.
Your
Mhm.
Honor,
Yes.
may I request a 10-minute recess?
Yes, we can have a brief recess.
Okay. Uh, Mr. Western, please come.
Court is in recess.
Hmm.
What's going on here, man?
You don't mind us? You don't mind us talking right here, do you?
No. You two can talk right there. I'm.
All right.
From what's happening there, I can't hear. They cannot hear either.
Okay. So let's talk about how the fact that the first thing he did was search and took away a weapon that he says that he had, and without reading your rights. That's already
Mhm.
a red flag. Like, and then him being a higher ranking officer, he know he's supposed to do that. So again, off the top, I believe this evidence is fabricated
Very.
because as a high ranking officer, you can give out evidence falsely accused. Like to me, I believe that's as a high ranking officer, he definitely can do that if he wanted to. So,
Very true. Very true.
mhm.
Outrageous. I couldn't believe it. Yana, can I talk to Yana?
Yes, absolutely.
Chambers.
Yes, of course. Do I need to get the other?
No, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
These recesses be what?
Too many recesses.
One and done.
Uh, So, this is going great. You're taking this very seriously. I appreciate that.
Who?
Yes, ma'am.
We
Oh,
both are
me?
taking this very seriously.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
I appreciate that. It's just helping. It's just giving you kind of the little bit of the experience you wanted. I know it's not.
I hope I'm just not. I hope I'm doing all right. You know what I mean?
Yes, you're doing all right. Uh, I don't have any negative things. It's just there's a lot of objections that could have been thrown his
Yeah.
way, but obviously you're new to this and you don't know the objections.
Yeah, I'm listening, but I'm looking for a better cause half the things it's just good to listen all the way
Yes,
through, so you can use that against them. You know what I
yes,
mean? So, like I
yes,
already red flag, already heard it. So,
yes, yeah. So that's gonna be weird. Yes. So let me yeah, we're gonna deal with that after this. because this is part of your
You're doing
training.
amazing.
Thank you. It's my first time being a judge, and I'll make sure that you like that. You like that CPR that I performed, huh?
Hey,
She
it was
wears all hats.
it was faster. You would think I would have done it with the EMS background,
Thank you,
but
thank you.
I was so scared about the situation. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
know. I had to just make sure that we couldn't have her go into shock or anything and just pass out blue. How we gonna proceed? That'll be a mistrial. No one wins.
Hmm.
Yeah, that officer in there has put me through a lot.
Yes, I understand. We're just waiting to hear the rest of his side. We did see the footage. We'll see what happens now as we're waiting. SMH.
When they start the question to question with the information is contained related to the question. It's true you drew your gun at the victim.
If you have any critiques on that document, I am open to anything you need helping to make it look more cleaner, neater, easier to read, color coordination.
Not even gonna lie. If I literally can
Alrighty.
see it
Our
on there.
apologies about that, Your
Alright.
Honor. We're ready to get back to this trial.
Absolutely.
Oh shit,
So
I was over there.
yes, you were.
So I have my last question, and then the
You can
defense
cross-examine.
may cross-examine after.
As
So
he's technically, I think, the prosecution. You're the acting DA right now.
yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead, continue.
All right, so Commander Western, you testified that everything you did was by a professional, and you had no wrongdoings in this situation whatsoever.
Correct.
Okay, so like we said, in the evidence exhibit A, you see the object that looks like a firearm, and you believed it was a firearm and that it was going to be used for criminal purposes, correct?
You know, I protect the community. I serve and protect. So any firearm out in my eyes is dangerous.
Yep. Okay. So my question to you, sir, is considering the circumstances, did you use any lethal or non-lethal use of force other than grabbing, which will be considered to beanbag shotgun, tasers, mace, pistol, lethal shotgun, and lethal AR? Did you use any of those?
No, only thing I ever did was bring out my firearm, which is my pistol that's on my hip all the time, because I seen she had a firearm out. So in case anything went wrong, I would have to protect myself and the community and other officers. So everything went right. I got detained. You know the rest of it.
So what you're saying is that you did not deploy any weapons other than your firearm, which you did not discharge.
Correct.
Okay. Your Honor, no more questions for the prosecution.
I do have a question. The item that was in question that she had, was that confiscated, and was it confirmed to be a firearm?
Yes, correct. It was indeed a firearm. It was a handgun.
Okay. And one more question: did it come back registered to Miss Molina?
It did come back registered.
Okay. Thank
Question, Your Honor, if you don't mind.
Yes, you can come up and redirect.
Okay.
But yes, what was your question?
It's for the witness. I
Okay,
got
it's for the
three.
witness. Perfect.
All
Oh,
right.
you don't have just three. Just on the redirect, you have
Yeah.
three. So you can ask any questions you like.
Okay. So, Mr. Western, right?
Correct.
Commander.
Commander
Correct.
Western. Okay, so you're a commander. So you said you had officers in it, and then when you obtained my client, right?
You said I had officers.
Do you
I don't
had all?
understand
You
the
said
question.
because you said you had officers around
What,
for your protecting safety when you see a gun. So I'm assuming you had an officer around when you obtained my client, right?
you're saying that was there officers on the scene?
Yes, sir.
There was officers on the scene. You know what I'm saying? When I arrested her, or like was the officers like what you mean?
Or sir, I want you to just be direct. It's a yes or no question, sir.
I think we're having a hard time understanding the question. So
I'm
are
asking
you
if
ask?
there. I'm asking did he had backup when he obtained my client?
Oh, okay. There we go.
Those officers on the scene, yes.
You said yes.
Correct.
Okay, so what reason would you have to bring my client around the corner into an alley
I
when
never
you
bring
had?
her around the corner into an alley.
But sir, we have 4K evidence of you bringing her into an
So I
alley.
arrested her at the spot that I arrested her at, sir. Never
So
put her anywhere else any further.
are you saying that the evidence that's brought to the court is lying, fabricated, sir?
Sir, what I'm saying is that I arrested her where I got her at. I didn't bring her anywhere else. It's extra. I arrested her where I detained her.
Okay, okay. And when obtaining her, you said that you took her weapon, you searched her, all in that order, right, sir? That's
All in
what
that
that's what that's
order.
what your lawyer that's what your lawyer said.
Can you repeat the question?
That you obtained my client, you searched her,
De-
you took the weapon.
detained.
Detained? Yeah, you mean detained?
Yes, detained. You searched, you took the weapon that is brought to the evidence that's brought on the screen, right, sir? But as he was talking, he said that you read her rights after. Well, I thought you were supposed to read the rights before searching.
No, sir. You read them before you sent them to jail.
Hmm. So why is my client rights not protected if you can just walk up and grab and search them and take them before you even read them the rights before they know what's going on?
Can you put that into a question? Because I didn't just go up there and grab her.
Yeah, you
I
said
detained her.
you detained her for the suspicious activity.
No, no, I never said she was suspicious for nothing. I said I seen something in her hand. As I checked, and I seen there was a firearm, she started running. Detained her.
Mm, okay, okay. And sir, and you are a commander, correct? And you seen this evidence. You were the top one on the case, right?
Correct.
All right. So to me personally, I'm not going to even say to me personally. It's going to be a straight and direct. You're a higher command. You have all proof of this evidence. How can and then from a woman who said she didn't have no weapon at all? How can how do you, how can the evidence be brought if you have no one else to back that up for you? If you
Uh,
again were brought into a car wash alley.
did you not see my evidence?
I've seen your evidence, sir.
Okay.
But again, I'm going my client evidence from and three other cameras really kind of keep this solid that you were in the car wash with this lady by herself. What
So, my body cameras, all the time. I provided the evidence of what happened. I don't understand your question.
do you mean you don't understand my question, sir?
I don't understand your question, sir. You don't understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, sir.
Okay.
So this is becoming a little bit argumentative. I believe he's saying that he did not take her into the alley,
Yeah,
into
I
the car
understand that.
wash.
I
And
understand that.
you are saying, and we are seeing the evidence where she is being dragged by an individual. Again, it is a little black and white, and they both seem to be wearing. It is a little grainy in the footage,
Yes, ma'am.
because it was that day. I believe it was also a stormy day. Correct. That's when the wet hair and everything. Correct.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I have no more other questions, Your
So
Honor.
just pointing that out.
Mm-hmm.
On both sides, the evidence is a little
Foggy.
unclear. We do see,
Mm-hmm.
yes, foggy. We do see her being arrested. We do see what appears to be an object he is confiscating from her, not knowing if that he is saying he has a gun that was registered to her. But we do also see evidence of what is clearly Miss Melina being dragged and stumbling out of the car wash alley after she's brutally been, looks like
Okay.
she's brutally beaten.
So,
There is, the
Your Honor,
angle does not show. Yes.
when I detained her, all I did was move her
Mm-hmm.
to the side. I did not put my hands on the
Mm-hmm.
lady or nothing. All I did was
Mm-hmm.
detain her, move her away from the little, that she could drive to there. I moved to
Mm-hmm.
the side, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. And you know the
Okay.
difference from a purse and a firearm, right?
Yes, I know the difference from a person. If
And from like what the judge was saying, the stormy, you wouldn't be able to say the storm, darkness. It wouldn't be able to cloud your judgment on what on doing your duty as a 10-year veteran.
No, it would not affect me doing my duty. I do my stuff professional. I've been doing this for a very long time. I'm at where I'm at for a reason.
Okay, okay. That's it, Your Honor.
Your Honor?
Yes. Redirect.
Yes.
Okay. Please redirect your questions. To limit to 3 questions, please.
Mr. Western, throughout your 10 years of being on service, you've discharged your firearm before, correct?
Correct.
During these firearms discharge, is it protocol from your Internal Affairs Bureau that you get a mental evaluation check from a trained professional?
I have.
And did one point in any time did any of these trained professionals recommend that you were doing anything wrong that you needed in your management, anything along those lines?
Negative.
Uh, did they say you were an exemplary cop and that you were clear for duty?
I will send right back out. Yes, sir.
My last question to you, sir, is: do you have any motive, an agenda that you think you would have to put your hands on this woman?
Can you explain the question a little more?
Do you have any motive or thoughts to hurt the people you swore to take an oath on to protect?
No.
Okay, no more questions, Your Honor.
Okay, Commander, you are clear to step down. I'm gonna go deliberate.
You.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I also got one more. Just,
oh, okay.
just,
Oh,
Just one more
just
question.
one question. One question. So, as an
oh.
officer, you are here to protect and serve, right?
You want to step up here, sir?
Yes, sir. I
So I
was.
can hear
So
you a
you
little
can.
better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My apologies. So, an officer, you're here to protect and serve, right?
Correct.
And are you at 10 years? I believe you can definitely have medical training as an officer, right?
Your Honor, was it one question or multiple questions?
That seems like multiple questions.
Multiple questions.
Right.
All
So
right, I'm
which
gonna just be. You're here to protect and serve. So, as your duty, why when that my client was seizing, why weren't you the first one? Instead, it was the judge.
Objection.
Yes. Was the
Re-
objection?
Relevance.
What
How's
was the
that?
route?
How's that relevant, Your Honor? Like
I
that's
Um,
believe what he's asking is with his training on the force, it was why was he not able to be the first one to perform CPR on his client? Although Commander Western is a police officer sworn to protect and serve in combat and police situations.
yes,
Medical
ma'am.
situations are separate from what Commander Western is primarily trained in. He is not a combat medic. Medic.
Okay, yes,
You see what
ma'am.
I'm saying?
Understandable. Understand. All right,
you know
that's
what, and
all.
she didn't want me to be near her. So why would I go towards her, sir?
Okay, okay.
Okay, well,
So
he chose to answer.
I'm not. I'm not going. No more questions, Your Honor.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
That's all I
So,
needed.
all right. So we're ready for. Do we have closing statements? Mr. Arson, did you want to go first?
I would like to actually cross-examine the defendant one more time, and then I will be fine with closing statements, Your
You
Honor.
want to cross-examine Miss Molina one more time?
Yes, Your Honor.
So when we had her time on the stand, Mr. West, Commander Weston, you're free to sit down.
Okay. Thank you.
That time has passed at this point. We cannot call her back up to the stand. She was done. Sorry about that. So we're ready for closing statements. Mr. Arson, you're free to go first.
I'm really trying to really understand the closing statement right now, actually.
Oh, okay. So just a brief moment. So the closing statement is where you kind of summarize everything that's just been talked about in court and kind of say like, based on what's happened in court here, you can see that the defense or the LSPD officer clearly did not act accordingly or something of the sort to sway my decision or the jury's decision in your favor. And vice versa, Mr. Dante, although I believe you understand the closing, I believe you've experienced closing statements before, yours is to sway that, Miss Molina was a threat, the officer did act accordingly, and so on and so forth. It's kind of to just close out your arguments and put the nail in the final coffin.
Okay, okay.
Do you want a moment to
No,
get your
I feel like
okay.
I got a gist and just a learning
Okay.
process. So at the end of the
Yes,
day,
absolutely.
So as my closing statement, ma'am, Your Honor, my
Yes.
client here, I'm just trying to get it out. My client here, obviously, like from just seeing her, working with her, and working over the case, I can just tell I haven't shown no threat. She has no threat towards me, towards. She's been calm, collective. She hasn't shown no type of outburst. The only time anything happened was the nervous and reaction that has been brought here
Mhm.
from the officer, from the whole scene, from the situation. I just don't believe from the evidence that's been brought here.
Mhm.
It can't be. I believe it's fabricated just for him to protect his job, so he can keep that clean record. Like
Mhm.
with the whole. Hold up, I'm trying to really get this out. I apologize
No, take your
because
time. Take your time.
as an officer, like I said, 10 years, shouldn't take that much for someone just to apprehend someone, especially when you have backup that can help you. Uh, Damn, this is really, I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to really do this. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I see I see the strengths. Oh my goodness.
It's okay. This is why we do this practice.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get this done. I'm getting this done because I like this because the honor.
Hmm. Do
I
you do you
really
want to
can't
take
think
it? Do
of.
you want to take it? Do you want to take it? Do you want to take a minute and let Mr. Dante go?
Yeah, go Dante. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, go ahead, go,
I
Mr.
had to
Dante.
go over this. I got
All
you.
right. Your Honor, my closing statement is that
Hmm.
due to the evidence and the testimonies of both my subject and Mr. Arson's subject shows that, you
Client.
know, his client shows that, it's more of a he said, she said. But with the
Hmm.
evidence of my client's body cam footage, it
Hmm.
shows that the client of Mr. Arson had a firearm. She
Hmm.
failed to testify that in open court.
Hmm.
My client has no letters of reprimand, no reprimanded accountability from the past. He has no
Hmm.
complaints. He's an exemplary officer, Your Honor. So
Hmm.
I ask that the jury see in effect that there was no wrongdoing in this incident. And as of right now,
Hmm.
I'm closing my case.
Thank you, Mr. Dante. Mr. Arson, do you still need a moment?
No, I got this actually.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
good. Okay, Your Honor. Apologize for this.
No, no problem.
Okay, Your Honor. My client, she's been good. She really has been. There's no reason that a question and talk like as someone who's supposed to deactivate the situation. That is what an officer is supposed to do. For 10 years, that is why are you making the situation more than hefty? Why are you bringing an officer, I mean a civilian, into an alley? That's right there already shows red flags. Because if you're going up to the scene,
Dante,
you're,
Yes.
is it? Are they seeing the alley or the car wash, man? What's going on here?
I don't know.
The story doesn't come out, my man.
can
Just let it play out.
you you don't hear them? You don't hear them, Your Honor?
You're Mr. Dante and Commander Western. Please refrain from making any outbursts in my courtroom. I understand there to you there may be some confusion, but I understand that there is a alley between the car wash and the Foot Locker where Miss Molina was dragged in the footage from the Foot Locker.
And as I
That
was
Apologies, Your Honor. It won't happen
okay?
again.
and
Thank you.
as I was saying,
Hmm.
all he supposed to detain, question, to send someone off for, and he said that the weapon that he so called is registered.
Hmm.
Why are you sending off someone? Why are we even looking at this evidence as a something illegal?
Hmm.
If someone who has a registered firearm, that is their property. If anything, this is more of a fleeing, evading, or command, or what's it called? What's the word? One other one I'm looking for, man. I apologize. A lawful command, not refusing a lawful
Right.
command.
Hmm.
That is low crime. You can literally go to talk to, not have to rescue. Like again,
Hmm.
my client here, black eye, elbows scraped up
Hmm.
from carrying all the weapons, knees scraped.
Hmm.
It's it isn't. No, Your Honor, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I'm seeking that we would definitely need that 5 mil to compensate for my client have to going through everything just so this man can keep his 10-year cliquey his clean little record.
Hmm.
Again, as a high officer, I believe he can overview his own case. That right there already shows another red flag.
Hmm.
And right there, I'm just gonna end it right there, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. If you give me about 5 minutes to deliberate, that would be great. I'm just going to sit here in my head, review my notes here, and deliberate for a second. Give me one moment.
All right, Your Honor.
Mhm.
Okay. My bad here. Okay. So I have come to a conclusion. If both parties,
Say that again, ma'am.
She said, "If
uh,
no, both parties may rise."
Okay.
yes, both parties may rise, please. I've come to a conclusion. Miss Melina, it is undeniable in your footage that you were attacked by
Mm-hmm.
by an entity here. It is not entirely clear if it was Commander Western with footage, the being the black and white and the storm footage, but we cannot ignore your injuries. Commander Western, your body cam footage just show that you did step to the side with her, and from there you are out of view for.
Oh, oh.
Okay, that was a muscle spasm.
Sorry, sorry.
Okay, seemed to be a muscle spasm there. It does show that you were out of view for a good little bit of time before she was brought back into the cop car to be transported to jail. I did see that the gun was registered to her in the courtroom document. I have ruled that for your injuries, although we cannot determine if Commander Western that the city will pay for your medical bills here, and Commander Western, we will have you go just do a routine evaluation on excessive force, just a quick 3-part class on excessive force. We're not saying that you did do excessive force because the footage is clear to see. So in this case, we are going to find in favor of the I apologize. We are going to find in favor of Ms. Polina for the sum of 1.5 million for her injuries, and we are going to have Commander Western attend some excessive force training classes here. We also would like to make sure that the LSPD does go and update their body cam footages for all police officers, which will be coming out of the state's budget. I cannot deny that this woman was savagely beaten. Miss Melina, I will offer this advice. If an officer does try to stop you, my advice would be if he does say stop to avoid. It's kind of trouble and avoid
Yes, ma'am.
court. Is everyone okay with this ruling? I'm sorry, may not be what you wanted.
Before
Yes,
before
Mr.
we
Dante?
continue, I just have one question, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
What is going to be on the terms of the of Mr. Arson's claim on the brandishing?
I'm sorry, on what? I can't.
What is going to be the outcome of Miss Molina on her brandishing of her firearm?
So from there, she will have to also attend a 3-week concealed carry license course to reobtain her firearms license. If she did that, she does have. I can see in the state record she did have that. So we are going to take your firearms license. You will have to attend a class on that. Proper gun safety, handling and all the first time users class before you can have a firearm. If you do happen to be found with a firearm before that, you will be sentenced to um, 10 months in jail.
And
Yes, ma'am.
I have one more question, Your Honor, and then we'll be good to accept it.
Okay.
My last question of this trial is to be of the the. Give me 1 second, please.
Well, while he's waiting, can I ask a question?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, so this I can ask any question, right? Uh, did you already made your decision? So anything I say that can it like help my client or no?
Oh, so I believe I've made my decision. I think
Mhm.
both parties do need to attend some training classes, some re-education,
Mhm.
especially with carrying a firearm, excessive force. I don't necessarily believe I can't ignore the injuries that she did have, Commander Western. I can't ignore that. I can't ignore that she was taken off the view of the cameras and came back and was bruised and bloody. Even her mugshot pictures here, she did have black eyes. She was scuffed and bruised and bloody, and I don't think this is from a bumpy cart ride or she slipped and
Right.
fell in a puddle.
I just really wish I. Okay.
I don't.
I got more questions next time, but it's all good. I like where this is ending. I like this. It's
I
okay.
understand Your Honor, but I never showed no aggression, so I don't know how this could even be any worse
It,
towards me.
I don't believe it against you. I'm not going to sit there and use you identifying you as the officer that did this. So I have to go with what the footage is showing me that she has been attacked. There are no timestamps in your footage or her footage to tell if this happened before, but all I know is it is the same. The clouds are in the same place, the cars are it's the same cars in the same place. Everything is the same in both sets of footage. And she was fine running away from you in your footage. The footage is a little distorted on your end. You can still see your arms moving with running. We could hear you telling her to stop. And then, but then on the other footage, I can't deny that she is absolutely, looks like she's been beaten, you know. And it could very, I'm not saying that you did this. It could have been. We can't tell who did this, but she is identified in her clear conscious state from the doctor's note here. She was clear. She can understand. She was consistent that it was you that completed this against her. Not sure if you. I've seen the other officers around wearing similar attire to you, so there very well could be a mistake. But we have to go with that. You and her had an incident together. So that is my ruling. I'm
All
sorry,
right.
it is not exactly what you asked for, Miss Molina, but the state will happily pay for your medical damages.
Okay.
It is
And
not, this will not appear on the officer's record. That is the one thing I do want to say, because we cannot clearly define that if it was the officer that savagely beat her, but we can have him attend a mandatory class for excessive force and have
okay.
her attend a class for firearm training.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That
Mm-hmm.
was it. Was my question was about his record.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna redirect to my second question.
Mm-hmm.
Does the state plan on charging the officer? Because my office is not interested in charging on him whatsoever.
No, we're not gonna press charges on him. This is not gonna go against him. It is just a mandatory class, as this case has happened, that there was this happening. If he completes his training properly, then and everything, which I'm sure he has no problem with doing. Do you, Commander Western?
I do not. I have no problem.
Okay, so it's like the routine training. Then this will not appear on his record. It will just look like he passed the class. This is kind of gonna, both parties are not going to take any hit towards their personal profile with the city at all. This will just go in the books, and she's just going to be awarded for her medical damages.
Then then my office is satisfied, Your Honor.
Okay. Miss Molina, your attorney, are you guys satisfied with what has happened to you?
Yes, sir. I mean,
Ma'am.
ma'am, I just want him to stay away from me.
Yes, we will also grant her a temporary order of protection for the next 90 days. That if you are, stopped by the police or anything, and he happens to be the officer, he must call another officer to come and detain you. He's allowed to put you in cuffs as long as there is in an open area, but another officer must come search you. He can Mirandarize you, because obviously, if you're committing a crime, we can't just have you, walk away
Your
if he's
Honor.
there. Yes.
My question, I agree with the order of protection, Your Honor. I just had some concern if Miss Molina has any, the order of protection protects her and her family and her business and stuff. My client is a well-respected supervisor in LSPD, as you know.
Yes.
He's, he is, bound to
Correct.
patrol.
Yes.
As you said, if he comes in contact with her, he must contact another officer, which I agree. What are going to be the terms if he is driving past let's say, her child's school or workplace? Would that be
Whoa.
considered a violation?
Why would he
No.
do that?
Yeah.
Well, he patrols the entire city.
So obviously the patrolling areas are divided. We can, with this case, we can speak to whoever his higher up is and allow him to stay away from where her, child school, her living area, her place of work are, and he can patrol other parts of the city. And there will be, for the next 90 days. Miss Molina, I will recommend that you do go seek some therapy for your PTSD and helping you work past your fear of officers and fear of law enforcement and fear of this man. We do not like to have that type of feelings in the city, especially towards, our law enforcement. They are here to protect and serve. I'm very sorry that this happened to you, Commander Western. I'm sorry that this did not go in your favor, but right now the best I can offer is leaving your record untouched as long as you complete these courses, the 90-day order of protection, and the award money for your damages, for your medical expenses at this point. And of course, she will complete the concealed carriers training again to receive your gun license. Okay, so court is
Yes,
adjourned.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
Your
you
Honor.
all. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So there is one thing I do need to point out with this court case. Mr. Dante, I understand that we are lawyers and we are doing bail bonds, but bail bonds is a luxury in the city. If someone is needing bail bonds, this is a serious set of training. This trains you for what's happening in what's going to happen in a real court case. These court cases can take very long periods of time. As in, I've sat in a court case on Thanksgiving night for 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So if someone is needing bail and we are the only two lawyers in the city, or we're the only lawyers in the city and we are doing this, they can wait.
Yep.
So next time we are having a court case, we cannot stop. We are having, whether it's a mock trial, real trial, you're in the middle of something, you cannot stop to go do a bail bond.
Yep.
And I cannot have you saying that this is, mock and it's not real and you have to go take care of something real. That is not acceptable in doing this.
Yep.
Overall, I think you both did really great. And I would thank our lovely guest here for acting for us. You guys did great as well. Thank you. Okay. Everyone's free to go.
Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Cool.
Captain Rizzi. Thank you, Commander Western.
Thanks,
Right now.
Rizzi. Thanks, Western.
Yes, sir.
I just hope.
I wish you two the best in your lawyer journeys, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Some of the words kind of get me messed up because I'm trying to think of the opening, the closing statement.
Yes. So in the future, you do have time to come up with your openers. You, as the case starts, should have your, as the case starts, as you begin your case, you can compare your openers and have everything written out and going, as well as prepare your closers and everything else. what you're going to talk about. Pretty much like with the Bosharam case,
Right.
they already knew they were going with that he was mentally unstable.
Right.
That was their argument. That was their plan of attack.
Mhm.
The one thing I would have argued, you did argue perfectly here. She was fearful and everything. So with open statements and closing statements, there are no objections. It is kind of, once we hit that point, it's open and shut.
Right.
With questions, the redirect, I know it's usually just one or two questions. So I'll offer you guys three because I don't know how many you guys need to ask.
Right.
And because this was new for you guys, I wanted you guys to get all your questions out.
Okay, so when we're
Um,
asking the questions, that's when you can object.
yes, when they're asking questions and object. So I know that Mr. Dante asked, you asked a lot of compound questions
What is
that I would have
compound?
caught. So if it's like, what were you doing and why were you doing it? That is a
Oh,
compound
yeah.
question.
Don't worry about that. That's her business. Your business is to worry about why are you
Actually,
there, right?
no. It's not even like that. It's two
Okay.
questions. He can't ask two questions in one.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
that is a compound question. Some judges let it slide because that's the point of the question. But if we're arguing this out and there's another judge like Kenny or V or even Judge Washington,
Mhm.
they might snap that and say, "Okay, you didn't get that." You don't want to be called an L lawyer in front of 6,000 people.
Yeah. Uh, But even
So
then, it's like you take your L's. You gotta, you know what I mean? Can't
yeah,
let that
so
hold you
you need
down.
that.
You just
But
gotta get
overall,
better.
you both did really good. Obviously this was your first time. So how did you guys like it? Did you guys like
I
the?
liked it. I liked it a lot actually, and I'm liking the point. I'm liking the document that you sent that actually helps out a lot, 10 times more
Yes.
than what. Cause first I ain't gonna lie, I'm nervous as shit. I'm like, come on, man.
Your first court case will make you nervous. My first court case I ever did in my other city, I lost. I didn't have time to look at the evidence. I didn't know anything. I ended up
Wait,
calling
why they
Kenny to
do that?
come. Today it was already in the process, and she didn't have a lawyer. She was like, "I'm going to jail," and I was like, "Oh,
What? How you going to
eh."
jail without a lawyer?
So then I was like, "Oh no, you're stressed. You're working hard. It's the economy." Da 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 da. Like you can implement some. What I always do is implement things like the economy is bad. It's the pandemic. You're stressed. It's hard to find workers. Things you can implement
Oh,
from your life that are not directly OOC that can be an effect in the city.
so then you can actually redirect your trial and have yeah, that's W. Okay. Let me 1 second. I'm trying to double make the screen bigger for this document because I was trying to read it and I'm like, man, this I'm doing it on my phone.
My phone too. Like I have like the Google on my phone, and that's how I use it.
Yeah.
But it does help. One thing,
I use my shift and tab so I can the review.
yeah, that works too.
I need my
The one thing
glasses.
I would recommend that I've seen happen and that I do myself is looking into certain things. Like our case that we first did together was someone said they got seriously ill, lost their job, was hospitalized from eating a moldy donut from a bakery.
The real question is, what caused Resi to
One
seize?
second.
What caused her to see? So what caused her to seize in court? She was under a lot of intense emotional stress. This was a stressful case. She was claiming, and she claimed this man savagely beat her during an arrest. So seeing him again caused triggers a lot of PTSD things. It couldn't trigger, she could have wet herself. She could have passed out, which she did. She could have started crying, screaming, anything of the sort like that.
Yeah, you know what's so funny because when I asked to re-examine her and you said no, I was like, damn, I could have beat the case because she let something slip. She said she didn't feel safe around the cops, but then in her testimony, she said she felt safe with the cop that transported her here. So I'm like, do you like
The
cops? Do you
lawyer, the
not
lawyer
like cops?
transported her here. She said she felt safe
Oh, she said
with
she was.
him,
Oh,
with him transporting
ah,
her here, and she's been safe with him.
ah.
And you really have to pay attention to what they're saying because even in the case I did with against Frosty, there was a lot of confusion. Actually, Frosty's in the city.
Have him pull him. Can he pull a Houdini to get down here?
Oh my god.
All right.
So yeah, it is very important. Dante, I understand that we do like the bail bond things because Western did pull me to the side, and that was not a good look. And even when we're at the end of it, you don't advertise that you're doing bail bonds because they can call you right then and there, and you can't just leave and go run and do a bail bond.
Right.
Understand that that's what we're doing, but again, and Kenny will tell you himself that the bail bonds is a luxury. It is something that we offer as a luxury to the criminals of the city. It is not something we have to offer them. They can just sit in jail. Most of them should just sit in jail. But they want bail bonds. Obviously, we want to make the extra money, but in reality,
Do you just give them a 3-strike rule? If you call me more than 3 times or 2 times.
I've ignored people that call me, then they say, hey, I'm in jail and stuff like that. If they say, hey, I have clients for you, and it's like if I'm in the middle of something, I can't just come jump
Yeah, I
and
totally
Yeah.
understand. And I normally wouldn't do that, but the case was that this was my cousin, and he kept calling the shit out of me. And
your
yeah,
your IRL cousin.
mm-hmm.
So again, I would have just if you need to take 5 minute breaks and say, hey, I understand you're in jail, but this is part of the training, because what's going to happen is once there's cases, and say it's me or Chris or Frosty or whoever's actually or Red, because Red was actually did a case, is prosecuting cases. I want you guys to sit and watch the actual cases happen
Mhm.
with the real judges and just watch one. That's what I would like for all the lawyers to do. I know that Ocean watched it on stream. If you watch it on stream, however you want to watch it, just to be present and see how the courtroom works. Because I know with the original T Grizzly case, Chris was in the courtroom for 3 days for several hours doing the case, just in the audience.
Mhm.
Oh, and those cases are long and they are tedious, and they are just to hear how the lawyers have to go back and forth, have to see how the judge acts and everything else. So we can't just say, oh, I gotta go. Or if your head pops, that's one thing, but you can't just say, oh, I gotta go. This is important.
Yeah, that's why I had to
So
ignore Ron call like 2 times.
yes, and I understand you stepped out, so you can just say, I need to take a short recess or something. Just say, hey, you know what, I can't do this right now because this is actually
Wait,
you're getting.
he called you?
Yeah, Ron. Yeah, I
Then
ignored it.
what's the point of the nigga calling me? Oh my god,
Is that
that's
who you left to go get out?
no his friend, but fucking Ron's my cousin. So the fuck you want
So
me?
it's just a matter of you don't want just to have that good look, because just like Kenny is a gov, Wester is a gov too, and he's just like we want to make sure this takes it seriously, because as Frosty can't get in.
You said what?
Give me one
Frosty
second.
can't
So,
get in.
Frosty can't get in the city and say I'm not in the city or someone's in the city and you guys are in the city. You guys are the lawyers. You guys are the go-to people.
Right.
So we can't have and they remember those things. What if it was Ripley? What if Ripley was watching? On someone's watching us somehow, through our eyes, or
Right.
if Kenny was watching through our eyes, someone else was watching through our eyes, and they're like, oh, okay, well that guy can't take this seriously. He can't take something else seriously.
Right.
So this is my first time actually being judged. So
Mhm. Yeah, my
yay!
first time being a lawyer, so shit.
You did really good. I mean, you get it's like public speaking, which I really hate it because I usually stumbled over my words a lot when I have to do my openers. So it just takes a little bit more.
What's crazy is not even the public speaking. It's just trying to think about evidence that you can't see, and trying to actually, if there was actual evidence in front of me, I can probably slam dunk this. No cap.
Yeah. So it's a lot, and that was the hardest thing, is we didn't really have real evidence. So
But I feel like
using
even that was pretty good. Like if you can just imagine it and just vivid it, and everybody on the same page, like that's still pretty
yes, and
good.
just talk it through. That was more of what I really had envisioned, and just when it was like, well, I arrested her over here. Well, I took her off to the side, and it was like, well, it was raining, so it's
Mhm.
kind of hard to see
Yeah.
with the rain.
So you threw that in there. Yeah.
Yes, you have to kind of work the scene as it goes a little bit sometimes, like
Mhm.
especially for Mr. Basharam barking at people.